Hi, my name's Jordan Buhrs. I'm going to be your host for the entire FIFA World Cup 2022. Before we dive into these no house advantage picks, make sure you're subscribed to the Odd Shoppers channel. We post daily predictions, daily game previews, and daily no house advantage videos on this channel. Before we dive in, I do need to tell you a little bit about no house advantage. They have two types of contests over there. One, which allows you to pick overs and unders and enter them in a GPP style tournament. The other, which we'll be speaking about today, are props over and under picks, which allow you to multiply your winnings of up to 20 times. Now, all you have to do is enter the code STOCHASTIC to earn your first deposit bonus for up to $50. That's code STOCHASTIC to earn your first deposit bonus for up to $50. It'll also be linked in the description and pinned to the first comment. Now, without further ado, let's get into no house advantage. Let me quickly show you how it works. So if we select three options down here, you can see that the multiplier goes up to 5x. If we expand this, you can see that our options are here. You can go all the way up to 21x if you select 5 players. Obviously, the more players you select, the more difficult it is, the higher your reward will be. So if we put $100 in here, you can see it goes up to $500. Now, the games that we will be speaking about today are Iran, Wales, Senegal, Qatar, Ecuador, Netherlands, and USA, England. As you can see, I do have the England top on, so I'm so sorry for all you USA supporters. The first game we're going to be speaking about is Wales versus Iran. The first player I have been looking at is Kiefer Moore. Where has he gone now? Kiefer Moore, where are you? I think they've just suddenly taken Kiefer Moore off of no house advantage. No worries. I do still have another 4 players for us to look at. The second one being Taremi, who plays for Iran. Have they taken Taremi off as well? Sorry about this, guys. They have taken Taremi and Kiefer Moore off. I thought those were going to be pretty solid picks. Obviously, we know Wales and USA drew 1-1 in their game. USA looked a lot better than Wales in the first half, and then Gareth Bale managed to slot a penalty in that second half to draw it 1-1. USA should have been winning that game 2-3-1, somewhere around there. They just let themselves down towards the end of the game in the second half. So I suppose we're not going to pick anyone from the Wales-Iran game. I have had a look at all of these other players, Ramsey, Davies, but the only ones that caught my eye was Kiefer Moore, who stepped onto the pitch in the second half for Wales and, in my opinion, completely changed the game. And then Taremi had a great game against England. He scored 2 goals, but I see that no house advantage has taken them off here. I think because they knew that those options were slightly too easy. So then our first player we're going to get into is Sarr, who plays for Senegal, and they are taking on Qatar. Now, Senegal just came off a 2-0 loss against Netherlands. To be honest, they looked very, very good in that game. Netherlands are a defensive type of team. They're always going to sit back and make sure they don't concede in the first half and then try and take their opportunities in the second half. They're going to copy paste that formula for the rest of the World Cup, and I think that's going to allow them to be very, very successful because they're going to frustrate teams and get those 3 points. Now, Sarr had a very, very good game against Netherlands, actually. He had 3 shots versus Netherlands in what was a Netherlands-dominated second half. Senegal did surprise me in how many opportunities they created, especially without Sadio Mane. But the Senegal side is looking very, very good. And against this Qatar side, who went down 2-0 to Ecuador, I don't see Qatar putting up much of a fight against the Senegalese team. I do think Senegal are leagues above Ecuador, and they should have no trouble winning this game. And a player like Sarr, he's going to come in from that left wing. He's going to create opportunities. I think he's going to take plenty of shots. So for me, I think we're going for the over 2.5 shots for Sarr. The next player I want to look at is Memphis Depay, who plays for Netherlands. Now, we just spoke about Netherlands and how defensive they played. Ecuador looked really good against Qatar. I don't know if that was them playing well or if Qatar made them look good. We're going to find out when they play Netherlands later on today. Memphis Depay came off the bench against Senegal because he was dealing with a little bit of an injury, but he will start against Ecuador, and I think he's that strike man, that talisman for Netherlands that can ignite the game and get the goals and start getting the goals running. Memphis Depay gets into very, very good situations. He will be very central. He will probably be on penalties. So if Netherlands get a penalty, there's another shot in the back. I definitely think Memphis Depay is going over 2.5 shots. And I definitely think Netherlands are going to beat this Ecuador team quite comfortably, 2-3-0. Then I have had a look at Valencia, but I don't really like what I've seen. Again, they're playing against the Netherlands side that is very, very defensive. It's going to be very difficult for Valencia to get shots off. But in saying that, if they break, he could get a couple of shots. I also don't know if Valencia is going to start. He did take a knock in the Qatar game, and they haven't confirmed whether or not he's starting. In the predicted lineups I've looked at, he is starting, but for me, I'm not willing to take that risk. I also had a look at Dumfries. I wish Dumfries had a shot odds. The passes are just very, very difficult to predict. It's not really that accurate. The shots are more accurate to predict. Then the next and last player I want to look at is Bukayo Saka. Now, Bukayo Saka had an absolutely unreal game against Iran. Bukayo Saka had an absolutely unreal game against Iran. He scored 2 goals. He had 3 shots. He had 3 shots on target. He only played 76 minutes. I think this is an absolute steal at over 0.5 shots on goal against the USA team that are going to give them opportunities. I think England are going to overwhelm this USA team. We saw that Wales could do it in the second half, and if USA don't pitch up for 90 minutes, I think it could be quite a long day in the office for them. So I'm going for over 0.5 goals for Saka. Sorry, I just have to delete these at the bottom. So we're going for over 0.5 shots on goal for Saka. Our other two are Memphis Depay over 2.5 shots and Saar over 2.5 shots. If we come to the expand here, we can see it's 5x. I did want to get up to the 21x with Kiefer, Moore, and Taremi, but obviously they've been taken off because I did think they were a little bit too easy. So you'll see that if we bet $100 on this, we will get $500 out. Now, I know I pick a lot of overs in these videos, but my thinking is I would like to believe and watch in attacking football and not defensive football. I'm a delusional optimist, so I tend to go for the shots, the goals. And I do think in Matchday 2, we're going to see a lot more goals than we did in Matchday 1, because in Matchday 1, teams don't want to lose that first game. They'll do anything they can not to lose that first game. And I think in Matchday 2, we're going to start seeing a lot more attacking-minded football. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of these games in the first day of Matchday 2 end 3, 4, 5, 6 goals in them. As always, my name is Jordan Buhrs. Make sure to use code STOCHASTIC to get your first deposit bonus of up to $50. That's code STOCHASTIC to get your first deposit bonus of up to $50. It will be linked in the description and pinned to the first comment. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the Odd Shoppers channel. We post daily predictions, daily previews, and daily no house advantage videos. As always, my name is Jordan Buhrs, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.